What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Metaphor ReFantazio once again and talk about if this game has a marketing problem. Drama's so great, isn't it? So look, over the last couple days, I've been seeing this kind of pop up more and more, and I got a few things I'd say I'd throw out there, a couple of my own personal opinions, but I guess in order to catch up on the news, and I don't know, is it really news? It's what a couple people are saying online, but I do think it's becoming a bigger and bigger deal. You can ignore it, you can not care, you could agree or disagree. That's all totally cool. You guys can let me know in the comments, but it is something that I do think is growing. I think that is like factually, maybe correct to say. How big of a deal it is definitely like I'm not sure on, and that's something I also want to talk about in this video. But it's pretty much this mentality that Metaphor, and I think this is like a confirmed thing, right? Like Xbox seemingly has the rights, the marketing rights to this game, and the thought process around some people online has been that they've done a terrible job of marketing it, and that people don't know it's coming, or that it exists, or that it's coming on non-Xbox platforms, right? That's actually coming to PlayStation, etc. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's kind of where it starts and stops. Now, I mean, I don't know. I was a little hesitant to make this video at first because, like, I've made videos on marketing before, and like it tends to be right when I talk about it, then all of a sudden you get like 1,000 trailers, right? Honestly, I could be jinxing it now. So you guys see it, and it's got what, a couple days really until the game comes out. So what, maybe every day now all of a sudden on YouTube I'm going to see all these ads for Metaphor. But I mean, I can say in terms of my own opinion and my own experience, yes, I have not seen much of this game. I'm chronically online. I'm online quite a bit, and I mean, I know of this game's existence, and that's always a tricky thing too, where it's like, well, I know it's coming, I know it's not an Xbox exclusive, but you kind of, like somebody like me, I have to take a few steps back and say, okay, but what is the average Joe? Like, does the average Joe know this game exists? Does the average Joe know that this game is coming to more platforms besides Xbox? I actually had a friend of mine that thought it was a Game Pass game, and that's no disrespect to the friend. Like, he's knowledgeable, he knows his stuff, but he's like, he saw it, and that's what he thought was happening. I think even when they first showed off this game, maybe not when they first showed it off, but around a year ago, I think there was a mistake in one of the ads, and it did say play it day one on Game Pass, and they removed it. I remember seeing a Reddit post for that. So, I mean, I guess bottom line, to be honest, as I'm rambling here, it has been kind of confusing. It has been kind of light, and although I know of its existence, and obviously I've covered it quite a bit, yeah, I can actually factually say I haven't seen any trailers on it. I played the demo and stuff, but, when I'm on YouTube and I'm surfing the web, and, sometimes ads for the video that I'm talking about a game will be on that game. So if I'm making a Silent Hill 2 video, sometimes you'll see an ad for Silent Hill 2 on that site, which I think that's kind of fun. I don't know if that happens with the Metaphor videos. You guys, have you ever seen a Metaphor ad when you're watching one of my Metaphor videos? I don't know, but I haven't seen it when I watch other people's Metaphor. That's the thing that I can, again, factually say. And then, I think you have to also separate / also just kind of know that, there is that Xbox part to it. And again, I'm not saying that doesn't stop it from being true or not true, depending on how you view it, right? But there might be some console-y things, console warrior, type things because of that. And again, I'm not saying that it's true or not true. I mean, to be honest with you, Xbox has not done a good job historically, at least the last little while, at marketing some of their games. I mean, let's go back this year, right, to Hellblade, which I thought was a pretty darn good game. I don't think it was amazing, but I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was good. And the marketing was horrible, like horrifically bad. That game was coming out 5-6 days away, and people didn't even know, it was really, I mean, that I think was worse than what we're seeing with Metaphor, but maybe I'm just in different circles. So, I don't know, I will say with that one, you kind of have to be careful because it's like, well, is it just PlayStation people that are going after it just because it's an Xbox marketing thing, or is it actually correct? But I do think, like, is it actually accurate to say that Xbox has not done a good job of marketing this game? I think the answer is probably yes. Now, at the same time, though, I don't know how deep it goes. Like, is Atlas allowed to, like, do their own stuff? They probably are from at least time to time, and I don't think they've done a good job of it either. So there's that part too. Has the marketing to Metaphor actually been good? I would actually say the answer is no. No with an asterisk, because I actually think the demo was very, very smart. However, if you don't know that there's a demo, and you don't know of this game's existence, or if you think it's just an Xbox game, or you think it's a Game Pass game, then your sight of it is going to be skewed, right? But I would say, in terms of like, are people aware? Are people generally aware of this game? Like, have they done a good job of stressing it and stressing kind of the strengths and weaknesses of it? I would say probably overall no. I don't think it's been horrific, but I definitely don't think it's been good. And again, like, where does the blame fall? Does it fall on Atlas, Xbox, both of them? Like, what does it do? But at the same time, like, I want to give credit at times where it's due. Like, I think when they do actually do big things, they've had, like, presentations on this game. They had a press event, I think, in New York. I remember watching, like, a Mr. Matty Plays video. It was around, like, the summertime, where they invited a bunch of people, and they did a whole event in the United States. So, like, that was kind of cool. So, they've done things here and there. And again, as I said, like, the demo rocks. And the demo, I don't even like calling it a demo, because it's the beginning of the game. They gave us the first 5 hours of the game that you could just play. And you could, if you want to do nothing with that, you can. You could play it and never play the rest of the game. Or you could play it and then just transfer it over, and that's your starting point next week, when the game comes out. So I think that was very smart. I really liked that, and I hope that raised, like, awareness to it. And I guess that's kind of where I would end the video too. Like, well, what does it all mean, right? Like, why is it even important? Look, I mean, we ultimately don't know how the game's going to do at the end of the day. I have a lot of confidence in it. I've been a supporter of this game for a while, and I want to see them have success, and I want to play good video games, right? So, like, from my perspective, it's, if this game is good, which I think it is, it's going to be, and actually, well, already the first 5 hours, I think it is legitimately good. I think this game is a Game of the Year contender. I've been saying that a long time. If it nails everything, I think this could be one of the best games of the year. And so then why, with the marketing, I want to see it rewarded. Like that. Honestly, I know it took me 7 minutes to get here, but why is it important to me? If the game's really great, I want to see more really great games. I want to see Atlas rewarded for their success. I want to see the studio rewarded. I know Persona 6 is next, but, I want them to do well. So I hope that the game sells, and I hope it performs well. And then if they don't show it and nobody knows about the game, it'll be a cult hit. Like, some people that know about it will love it and maybe think it's the best game of the year, and then nobody else will even know of its existence, right? So that's kind of, it could go either way, right? As of right now, I don't know, kind of almost too early to tell. Again, I think you can probably say that the marketing hasn't been very good, but at the same time, the game's not out yet, and you still got a couple more days. The review scores, the game releasing, what they do right after that, and it does, like, word of mouth help it? If it gets, like, 9s across the board, like, would that help it? And, it's the next game from Atlas. Like, Persona recently has had a lot of weight to that name, right? Like, these Persona games are doing well, and they're selling faster and faster. Persona 3 Reload, right? So, like, there's probably carryover. There's probably a lot of people that played Reload and made it the fastest selling, I think it was the fastest selling Persona game at launch, right? At least that. And then, are they coming over for Metaphor? I think that's very possible, right? So we'll see. I mean, the story's not over yet, right? So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.